we are streaming on Spotify and Anchor. So stay tuned for more episodes. There are links and things to click upon in the description. More information about Michael and his magnificent world. And you got a few little things about me in there, too, if you want to learn more about us.
You have created a whole fabulous universe. Click on these links, people. You got to see it. You
Click
got
on
to
these
see
links
it.
for some joy.
Maybe it's just these headphones. God only knows.
No.
The microphone is all that matters. That's all that matters.
That's all. That's
Yay.
all. We're here.
Oh my God, we're here. We're doing it.
How do you want to start this?
Oh gosh, I mean,
hi, I'm Tracy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know it's one of the. I mean, but probably something similar to that effect, and just like because we are calling the Old Souls podcast. Is that what we're calling it?
We can call it the Old Souls Club. It can be a continuation of it.
Oh, I like Old Souls Club. I'm into that. My favorite movie is First Wives Club, so like that totally works.
That works.
Because I feel like that would totally work, and then we just kind of go from there. I mean, it's like a pilot episode. We're just figuring shit out.
That's it. That's the intro right there. Welcome back, kids. Okay, so we were talking about favorite episodes.
Yes.
Favorite episodes.
Yes.
Michael, you said yours was
Vita Vegemin it's the all-time favorite. It really is.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, it's certainly not the only episode though. I love First Stop when they're on their way to California and they stay at that in the cabin with the shady owner when the cheese sandwiches and the trains. Oh my God, that one is so funny. And Ethel gets toothpaste all over her face. Oh,
Vivian.
Oh my God. Yeah, love that one. And we both, as we've said, we love the operetta. Oh my God.
From start to finish, I am the good Prince Lancelot. You just immerse yourself. You feel, because of the performances of everyone it's so hard to choose a favorite episode, because every episode is so good and so unique. Episode.
Yeah.
And you feel as if you are in the living room with them, or you're on the set with these people, because it's so you're brought into their world.
Yeah. You're brought into their world, and I think to this day we still know people who are like the characters. Do you know what I mean? Like we all know like a cranky Fred type. We all know these types of people still. And I think that's also what makes it so relatable, is you can, be it, I don't know, a family member, a coworker, a friend, whomever, like you can see yourselves or people in these characters. You absolutely can. Or, the friendship of Lucy and Ethel, the joke, it's like, who's your Ethel? Who's your Lucy? One of my best friends, Michael, and I, the constant argument is, well, I'm the Lucy. No, I'm the Lucy. No, you're the Ethel. Like, It
depends on the day.
It depends on the day, but that's, it's something we joke about, and I think a lot of people do that. I think a lot do.
Yeah, they do it with a lot of their favorite, On the Road with the Golden Girls. Mm-hmm. That is part of the shtick when we're talking to people at the meet and greet, where they will either voluntarily tell us, oh, I'm the Blanche. And then we're like, oh, we'd say something, like, oh, well, I knew that smell when you walked in, or whatever. Yeah. Just whatever somebody said. Awful.
Yes.
And now I don't say that, Jason, as Dorothy says that.
Right.
But yes, we asked them, and are you the, what Golden Girl are you? And it goes hand in hand with, are you the Lucy? Are you the Ethel? And
it totally does.
I guess I'm a little bit of a mixture of both, I guess.
Oh, I am. I think I'm a mixture of both, because they both have such, the two actresses themselves, Lucille Ball, Vivian Vance, what they embody and what they brought to their characters. I feel like characteristics of both. And sometimes, Vivian Vance would get some really good dry humor in terms of this, with writing, and especially in the Lucy show. Oh my God. I love how they wrote for Viv in the Lucy Show, because some of that humor is really dry. And you know,
Yeah.
for like 1961, that was kind of new. And oh my God, it still gets me. Oh boy, it gets me.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
And just talking about the transition and
Mhm.
you know, because she went from Ethel Mertz to Vivian, what is it, Bagley?
Yep, exactly.
What a terrible last
Terrible last name, but
Vivian Bagley.
I know, like, why that last? I don't know, but you know, but to be but she was the first divorcee character in TV history,
Yes.
and so to have, which is huge.
Say that again.
She is the first divorcee character in television history.
Wow.
That's a big deal. That was huge in 1961. Huge to have two single women live together, raising these three kids.
Yeah.
That, you know, but how cool is this? Like, that is at the time, a very non-traditional family. However, what a family unit it was.
Yeah.
You know, that's incredible. You know, when you had shows like, you know, Father Knows Best, Leave It to Beaver, Dick Van Dyke, you know, you had all of these
Very
others that
wholesome,
showed.
very wholesome
Yes.
American white.
Right.
White.
Yeah, white Wonder Bread white families. But, you know, but then here you have this new kind of family all of a sudden, and it's someone like Lucille Ball who already went through the battle of this is what my life is. I want it to reflect on screen. Like, you know, they kind of did it again. It's brilliant. And that first season of the Lucy Show, there are so many gems in there. Oh my gosh. I mean, when they install the shower, what a scream.
What
it still is.
Great. I had that on VHS. It was a little Lucy Show box set.
Yes.
That when they installed the shower, and then when they moved to color, which was so, I mean, it was gorgeous. It was, you know, because we're so used to seeing these humans in black and white.
Mhm.
And then boom, color. The hair, the lipstick, the loud, beautiful pastel colors that they're wearing.
Blue eyeshadow that they both had. Oh my God. To this day, it is like turquoise blue that they painted on them, you know, because they had to. And, you know, color television, what it's, you know, what it is now. It's, you know, it's
gorgeous.
But you had to paint for what color film was at that time. And it's just so funny. You look at it and you're like, wow, that's a lot of eyeshadow.
Yeah. Red lips.
Yeah.
Red overdrawn lips. They were drag queens. And
Yeah,
blue eyeshadow. And to this day, I think I also take that from them, because I love that combination. I love the blue and red.
They still, and they both did it. Like, you would think for the sake of like two separate characters, but they kind of had the same makeup palette, different hair, of course, but the palette kind of the same on both women, really.
So, oh my God. And when they installed the shower, and then eventually in that box set that I had, I really enjoyed the Lucy Show. I loved, I love when she threw the gum wrapper, and then they introduced her friend Mary Jane. I think that's when Vivian had left.
Yes, that was about like season 4. It's like season 3 she was in, but you know, she was pretty much done by season 3 and wanted to stay in Connecticut. And then Mary Jane Croft
and then Mary Jane, and she was brought in, and then she threw the gum wrapper on the street, and then just so happens that they were looking for someone who was committing crimes all over the city who looked exactly like Lucy.
Yeah.
And so she was brought to jail, and you'll know this line because I sent you a couple of videos yesterday.
Yes, you did.
Would Madam prefer sugar and cream in her coffee? Not just a little bit of cream. I just not sugar. A little bit of saccharin because I'm watching. Shut up!
It's so good. Oh my God.
And the guest stars with these people were just as zany as Lucy, Vivian, Mary Jane, and then you bring in, I mean, Lucille Ball could have birthed Carol Burnett in a way, because wow, when she's the roommate that moves in,
oh my God, when she has that fish too. Remember when she like trips over with the fish bowl,
trips over the seat, her hand goes through the elephant bells. Takes the abstract painting off to put a very simple Home Sweet Home on it, because Lucy was looking for a roommate because Gail Gordon, Mr. Mooney.
Oh, we love Gail Gordon. like for someone as mean and nasty as he played on TV, he was such a nice guy, and I'm like, yeah, Canadian, sure.
Well, hello. They're happy up there.
And they're still happy to this day.
They're still happy.
My
God, we're miserable over here in the States.
Anyway, I know. Anyway,
Gail Gordon with Mr. Mooney, and it's just, and then you throw in Carol Burnett, Milton Berle, Robert Goulet, all these amazing guest stars.
And a frequent Lucy player, and who unfortunately she just passed away very recently, was Carol Cook, who was a brilliant. She was an incredible Mr. Limpet with Don Knotts. She was in 16 Candles. She was the grandmother, and she in the later years was one of Lucy's regular character actresses to be on the show. She played Thelma Ritter in the Lucy show, and like when they did the episode with the Barbershop Quartet, Carol Cook is in that, and they do By the Light of the Silvery Moon and everything. Or
when Lucy's trying to get into it, and she's like gonna audition, because the girl dropped out. I can play Glow Little Glowworm on an E flat alto sax.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. And
big Lucy eyes, and just everything.
And she did the one bit when she was taking the voice lessons. With oh God, why am I blanking on his name? But she would do that. Wow. Oh, come on. That is right. It's
Folks,
a scream.
If you can't tell, we're having so much fun. We're
much fun
of little silly little fairies who are just floating on a rainbow right now, because this is the shit that fuels us.
Yes.
Hans
Conried.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. I knew we'd get there together. The
original voice of Captain Hook.
Yes.
Very good. And Ethel Merman stopped by. Lucy didn't think that she was the real Ethel Merman, tried to give Ethel Merman a voice lesson.
Yeah. Oh my God. Jimmy Garrett, who played Jerry, her son. Look at that. How fun, right? He passed away not too long ago as well, but he told a terrific story about when Ethel Merman was visiting, and how he would hide underneath the bleachers so he could watch and listen to Ethel Merman sing. And he was just like, her talent, like when she walked into a room, I mean, just larger than life. And to be able to witness that as a kid and appreciate it then, just it's remarkable. Absolutely remarkable.
I think we're all I frequently use I guess it's an anecdote.
Mm-hmm.
We are all that child up in the balcony looking at life, or just looking at the things that we are so inspired by, and then we want to emulate, and we want to pay homage. I think that, and you and I as performers, we salt and pepper little Lucy bits and Vivian bits and so many other
so many
other women. Not saying that the men weren't the men of old Hollywood weren't just as great, but I think that as queer people, we felt their passion, their strength, and they really had to fight to get their voices heard back then, because I mean, it was just coming off of women's suffrage. This was a very, very new thing. It was very unheard of for a woman to co-own her own production company and then eventually own her own. It was very ahead of its time 60, 70 years ago. It's all still very, very fresh and very new. And even to this day, we're still battling equality within
our industry.
Within every industry.
Industry. That's true. What am I saying? It's every industry.
It's every industry.
I mean, with not having equal pay, when maternity rights, things like that. It's like, how is it that's still a thing, But
and it's always some old man who's making these rules up. It's so overdone. Come on.
But we're so lucky that women like Lucille Ball and I mean, and the countless that we've mentioned already,
Oh, yeah.
that were like, I'm not going to take it from anyone. I'm going to do this, and
Yeah.
I'm going to do it my way. And thank God,
Yeah.
thank God, we wouldn't
Seriously.
be here. We would not be here talking about this if
I
they didn't do that.
I completely agree. And that's why you had mentioned going back to Leave It to Beaver and
Oh
Father
yeah,
Knows Best.
right.
Those were shows that I never really connected with.
No, I mean, and I did watch them, because they were on like TV Land. I
Yeah.
totally did, but
Now
they
probably on Tubi.
I'm sure check your local listings as they used to say. You
What's
remember
on the TV Guide
channel?
tonight, honey?
The TV Guide channel. If you missed that channel, you were like, oh damn it, you got to wait for the whole thing to come back around. Uh, Kids today would lose their mind if they had to wait like that. But
oh my God, no! I think we should. I think all the phone companies should take away our.
yes, yes. But like you're right with like women like I mean Barbara Billingsley, fabulous on Leave It to Beaver. She was great, but it was just that idea, but that just didn't click with me as much. Enjoyed it, watched it, still a fan. It didn't. But it just the zaniness wasn't there,
It didn't connect with you in an almost spiritual way,
right?
That Lucy, because I mean, Lucy was married to a Cuban, and right. So this was what 10 years prior to Leave It to Beaver, almost, or just around the same time.
Leave It to Beaver. Oh gosh, I think around the same time. It was Leave It to Beaver was on for a long time. I mean, I think it was
so much more progressive than something like Leave It to Beaver or Father Knows Best. Even
the Danny Thomas show. I mean, he was a scream.
Yes,
he was so good. We love Danny Thomas, but even then, it was still the wife, the two kids. It was
white, and it's
right.
it's and you're like, oh, but then you watch something like Lucy, and it's just talking about we're just hitting so many other huge things.
Yeah, I know.
It's not, oh no, my peanut butter sandwich fell in the lake again on my way to school, Mom.
Yeah, it's not that. It's not the vacuuming in pearls. It's dressing up and being women from Mars.
Oh, don't even get me started.
I know. It's so good.
Lucy Cries Wolf.
Oh my God, it's so good. I mean, that tells the truth. That's a favorite episode of mine as well, when she has to tell the truth for 24 hours, and she's got to go to the bridge game, and she's like, how am I going to tell the truth for 24 hours? It's all
Lucy, how old are you?
How much do you weigh?
What color would your hair be if you didn't dye it?
Right. This is what I mean. It's fun.
It is fun, and it's and a lot. Listen, hey, gay men. Yeah. If you like those little shady cunty moments, they're in I Love Lucy. They're there, salt and peppered.
Because that's a prime example right there. How old are you? How much do you weigh? Like that is that is pointed.
I don't want to tell anyone's Lucy's response to that. You have to go watch
the episode.
You have to go watch it, and I don't want to hear any more people saying, "Oh, I can't watch black and white." I don't want to hear any of that.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It like there's so much that's incredible that's filmed in black and white. Film, TV, it's incredible.
And it's also, that was a part of our history. We did not always have gorgeous Technicolor. We did not always have that.
No.
So travel in time a little bit. Do get lost in some great episodes of I Love Lucy, and just any I don't know, anything that tickles you, anything that entices you. I remember being we'll kind of end with like, remember when we would go to Blockbuster or FYE or Sam Goody, and you would actually see DVDs and CDs, and you would see that, and you were enticed by the cover.
Yes, and the art of it all. Like that's, unfortunately, it's kind of, well, not kind of, but a lot of it's lost. Like that concept, that idea of having,
you didn't know what you were getting.
Right, you didn't know. And it's funny. I talked about this with someone the other day about the joy of when we were kids, even with, CDs or cassettes and going through the booklet and memorizing the lyrics, if they would have like the lyrics to the songs in the booklet, and they'd have press publicity pictures and whatnot. And like, that was exciting. That's how you learned, you listened to it, of course, but you didn't Google to be like, what are the lyrics to this song? You looked at the booklet, And that was exciting. And that's, and like, when you would open like a new season of something, from like FYE or any of these stores, you'd see like what the disc art looked like. Like that was exciting. Like, what's the disc gonna look like?
Yep, exactly. I remember that. This is totally a 180 to Lucille Ball, but I remember being so enticed by the DVD cover of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, like, sure.
What is that? Before I even started saying, "Oh, I'm gay. This is who I am." I was so. What is that? That looks.
That's not normal. That looks, and I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That looks naughty. That looks. What is that? That looks almost enticing. What is that?
It looks like something my parents would say no to, which is why I'm saying yes to it. Because that's a thing with youth in general. The thing that looks like they would tell you not to is the thing you go, but I'm going to.
But I am exactly. I'm going to spend more time, and I'm going to read it, and I'm going to look at it, and that's where it's the streaming and this and that. It's not as magical as holding it in your hand.
Yeah.
Reading the back, reading who's in it, looking at when it was made, how long the running time is.
Everything.
It's not. You got to find the silver lining, but it's not as magical. You're scrolling, you're like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And by the time 2 hours goes by, and you're like, oh, well, I could have watched 17 movies, and this amount
it's
of
a little
time.
mindless.
It's a little mindless, and it's a little it's a little too convenient.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people who are in our industry, who are in showbiz and live entertainment, you have to work that much harder to get people to come out of their homes and experience live entertainment, theater. My God, it's so hard to get people to come out and to see what you're doing and to support you. It's so with that, continue to support people of the world, people of the internet, people of other planets who are tuning in.
Those women from Mars, I'm telling you, support
those
them.
Women from Mars, baby. It's a moo.
It's a moo.
Don't. Yeah. If you haven't guessed, we're insane, and we probably are from Mars. And frankly, I would like for the shop to fix my spaceship because I'm ready to blast.
I'm ready to take me back to the planet I'm from. Yeah.
Because and we are able to do that. We're able, as creative people like Lucy and so many other amazing performers, male, female, in the middle, whatever, who have fueled us. Thank you to those amazing people who are speaking to us from the great beyond. And
what would we do without them?
Yes, what life would be a lot less colorful.
It would be.
So thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you all for joining us for the Old Souls Club.
Yes, thank you all so much, and stay tuned for more. Remember to always have a slice of joy, and maybe watch a Lucy episode for the first time if you never have, and get joy from that. Any way you can, have a slice of joy.
Exactly.